Factoring trinomials. This is lesson 5 in your notes packet. Right? So so far we have 2 factoring techniques. First one was GCF. Second one was conjugate pairs, or in other words, we call it the difference of perfect squares. This last technique is just factoring trinomials, which tends to be probably the trickiest one. So in order to be very fluent or really quick with factoring, we need to be able to multiply quickly. We need to be able to do the reverse of it. All right, so let's take a look at letter B and let's multiply that. So x squared plus 7x, we're just double distributing, minus 2x minus 14. We're combining those 2 linear terms in the middle, plus 5x minus 14. Now I could jump down to those that are a little bit more difficult, but I'm still going to do the same thing. I'm still multiplying, I'm still double distributing. But now they're getting a little bit more complicated. So now I've got 10x squared plus 2x minus 15x minus 3. Combining like terms in the center there, because those are both my x's. So I end up with minus 13x minus 3 is the product of those 2 factors. Now I'm going to start to drop off some steps in this next one. Let's see if you can recognize what I'm dropping off. So 6x squared plus 12x plus 7x plus 14. And I get 6x squared plus 19x plus 14. Did you pick up what I dropped off to get that answer? Hopefully you said, oh, you just didn't draw the lines to show you're distributing. Now, see if you can pick up with what I drop off in this last one. So I've got 8x squared, and I'm thinking negative 22x plus 5. So what step did I drop off there? So hopefully you're saying, well, this step with this step, I combined in my head. I said 4x times negative 5 is negative 20x, when I said what I was thinking. And then I did the negative 1 times negative 2x, which is negative 2x, and then I combined that in my head to get negative 22x. All right? So from A to B, that's where I want you eventually to get to. All right, not to have to draw the lines, to not to have to show that intermediate step to be able to get to this. Now, some of you will get there very quickly. Others will take some time, and that's okay. That's fine, okay? But letter C is eventually where I want you to be able to get to. Right? So now that we become fluent with that multiplication process or our double distributing, now let's apply it to the factoring. But we're going to start on the following page. It says, there is absolutely no substitution for rote practice. That's that skill and drill, okay, or in other words, skill and kill. It says to be able to do this critical skill. So we've got to think about our guesses, okay? We've got to pick smart guesses and to be patient with your checks. So in other words, you're not going to get the right answer the first time, so you got to make sure that you're going to be able to be patient doing the checks. So let's start with letter B, x squared minus 7x plus 10. So I've got a trinomial here, and I want to factor it. In other words, what factors did this product come from? Because that x squared minus 7x plus 10 is the result of multiplying 2 binomials. So think to yourself, undo that distributive property. Where did I come up with that? Because I know x times x is x squared. Now I have to sit and think to myself, okay, well, what's going to go in these 2 spots? Well, in order to get these 2 spots, it's that positive 10 on the end. So what's the sort of, not the trick here, what's going on mathematically, all right? Those 2 numbers are going to be the product of 10, but the sum of negative 7. So I need 2 numbers that sum to negative 7, but multiply to 10. So let's think, sum and product here. what two numbers multiply to 10. So I'm going to think of multiply to a positive 10. Those multiply to positive 10, do we agree? So do these. Now I've got to pick the pair that sums to negative 7. You should agree that those two sum to negative 7. So, in doubt, check it. Double distribute. X squared minus 2x minus 5x plus 10. Combine like terms. X squared minus 7x plus 10. That should match that. Okay, so there's your check. Right? Let's hop down to letter C. Okay, this isn't going to come the first time, so just be patient. All right, so I've got a trinomial. Where did that trinomial come from? What two products did it come from? Well, I know x times x gives me x squared. Now I need to think of two numbers that are going to sum to 10, that middle term, but come from a product of a positive 21. So think of your factors of positive 21 and pick the set that sums to positive 10. Hopefully you're picking those two. Plus 3, plus 7. Check it. Double distribute. Okay? X squared plus 7x plus 3x plus 21. Combining in your head, you should come up with x squared plus 10x plus 21. All right, let's move down to letter G. Okay, letter G. Let's see where we're at in time. All right, letter G. I know it's that. Now I've got to do my sum and product. So what sums to negative 8 is a product, okay, meaning it multiplies to positive 12. So let's think of our factors of positive 12. 1 and 12, negative 1, negative 12, 3 and 4, negative 3, negative 4, 2, 6, negative 2, negative 6. Now I've got to pick the pair that when I add them together, when I sum them, I get negative 8. Winner, winner, right there. Do that quick check. And really, if you really want to do a super fast check, what do you really, really need to be concerned with? I know that's x squared. I know that's positive 12. The piece that you need to be most concerned with is this. That right there is negative 2x, and that right there is negative 6x. When I put those two together, do I get my sum? Yes. That's the piece that you could make the mistake on right there. All right, so let's do one more, and let's do a more difficult one, okay? And then we're going to spend some time in class on these more difficult ones, all right? Let's take a look at letter A. Okay, now letter A, I'm going to create a little bit more space for, and you should be fine. But on the smart a little bit more space. Okay, so I call this one a game changer. Why is this one a game changer? Because of that guy right there, the 3. In other words, we've got a leader. We've got a leading coefficient of something other than positive 1. When it's positive 1, it's quick factoring like we just got done doing. Now, with that 3 in front, it's going to slow our process down just a tad. All right? So let's rely on our area model that we relied on back when we were multiplying a binomial times a trinomial. Now stay with me and we will practice this, I promise, I promise. Okay? Watch what I'm doing here. So I placed my first term in the upper left box, my middle term I put right in the middle, and the negative 4 I put in the lower right box. So let's play that area game. What times what would give me 3x squared? Hopefully some of you are saying 3x and x. Okay. Now I'm going to jump down to this one down here. What times what gives me negative 4? Okay, and hopefully you're thinking to yourself, okay, -2 and 2 get me -4, but also a -4 and a +1, or a +4 and a -1. Those are my only three choices. So this is where that guess and check comes in, and it's really important that you're using pencil right now. So which set of factors do you want to start with? Again, it's trial and error. It's guess and check. I don't know. I think I'm going to check. Watch, I'll probably end up picking the right one, and I don't want to right now. Let's check this. Let's try -4 and +1. Okay? I'm trying it. So now let's see what this does. So what is this area then? So 3x and -4x is -12x. Now let's figure out what this area is. This times this gives me a +1x. So now if I add those two green numbers up, meaning combine like terms, if I add this and this, do I get what's in the middle? And you should say, no, Mrs. Swinson, you're getting a -11x, and we need a +11x. So I got to go back, got to undo. Oh, really far. There we go. All right. So I'm going to take away this, and I'm going to cross out that option. But now, maybe some of you were saying, well, what about try that? Now let's see if that works. This is going to give me what area? It's going to give me 12x, and this is going to give me a -1x. Now, when I put this together with this, do I get a +11? And you should say, yes, yes, Mrs. Swinson, you do. So what are my factors? X plus 4, 3x minus 1. X plus 4, 3x minus 1. Okay? And again, how can you check? Or could you write this? Absolutely. Okay? The order doesn't matter, the commutative property. So let's go back. I want you to try letter F on your own. And then if you're really feeling brave, which I know you are, letter H on your own and come into class with those two done. Now, we've got a lot of practice to do with these guys. Okay, lots and lots of practice. So if you're overwhelmed, don't be. All right, we're going to spend a lot of time with it, and this will become, it will become very natural to you, and you'll be fine. All right, nice job.